Hey friends, today we are working on a 2002 VP44 24 valve Cummins. And first, just how to check your fuel pressure. This one happens to have the port to screw your gauge onto right there. And I've noticed my other one, this is a 2002, my other one's a 2001, and the other one's back there somewhere by the fuel filter housing. Now your lift pump is in behind there. That bad boy right there, that's held in with 3 screws. And then that clamp you see on the left there, that hose clamp you see if I can point at it here, right there, that clamp there, that is the one that goes, the line that goes from the top of your fuel filter down to the pump. That's the pressure line that goes up to the filter, and then of course to your pump. Now these are notorious for failing. If they drop below, especially below 5 or 7 pounds of fuel pressure, because that, I guess, is where they stop circulating, and that's what kills the pump, is the heat. That's the only way they have of keeping cool, apparently. This is all just what I've learned and read. Now, to change this pump, first off, you're gonna have, let's see if I can turn on some, well, I'm not gonna turn on the light here, because if I do that, then I won't be able to zoom in. But you see those 3 shiny bolts down there? And then you see on the right there, dead center now, I'll try to point at it again, right down there, that nut right there, that's the fuel line coming in. And it has another one on the opposite side, looks exactly like that nut, but it's down below right there. So it comes in, goes out. And first I take those lines off. Now you'll notice there's another bolt holding that line in place down there. There's another 10mm bolt that holds that fuel line in place there. You can take that off if you like. I ended up doing it. It made it a little easier because you got to get those gasket washers on there. And yeah, you take the line off, that end, this end, and you take these out. But you got to keep in mind, those are studs. Those shiny ones, those are studs. So if you're unscrewing the whole stud and not just the nut on top, then you're actually going to screw the top off the pump, and then it'll just fall out, and you'll still have to get the studs out afterwards. And if the pump is shot anyway, that shouldn't be a problem. I ended up doing that anyway. But there is an 11mm. These nuts are 11 mils now too, but the old ones were 8 mils. And then I ended up just unscrewing the whole pump when I did. Here's some studs right here. These were the old ones, and the other ones, see there's 11 on the bottom, 8 mil on top. And then this whole plate just ended up unscrewing. And there's the crush gasket washers that I was talking about. They go on the outside and on the inside on the fuel lines. So anyway, you take your fuel lines off, and you got to remember you'll have 2 of these, one on each side of the line, and that goes for both sides. So if you end up reusing them, which I wouldn't recommend, but I mean, if in a pinch I probably would. But if you end up reusing them, then you're going to want to be very careful that they don't fall out. I would recommend putting something under the truck, like a pan or cardboard or something, to where if anything falls out, it falls on there. Of course, you're going to have some diesel come out as well. And then, yeah, like I said, you loosen those 3 up top. Wish I had better light here. My little headlamp thing doesn't really work like it should. But yeah, right there is your lift pump. And you take, obviously, you see the line on the right. See the line going up to the fuel filter on the left. I ended up taking that off too because it was easier. I ended up putting a different hose clamp on because it wasn't sealing tight enough. I had a leak after I was done, so I did the same top and bottom. But yeah, you just take those studs, you take the nuts off the studs preferably. If you need to have an 11mm wrench underneath, then that's what you got to do, I guess. If you don't mind separating your pump, then that's fine. It'll just fall out the bottom. And then yeah, be careful with your crush washers. And then of course, to check your fuel pressure, you hit your starter once just to make it click. This thing's starter's on the way out, but let's see if we can get it to work anyway. Yeah, make sure we're neutral. And then just hit it once. So that turns your pump on, and then your pump will cycle for 20 seconds. And even my new pump is only making 11, 12 pounds. So they should be making at least 14, they claim. But yeah, the new pump is only making 12 pounds. They say a good way of measuring it is to see how much fuel, I shouldn't be spraying fuel everywhere, but I don't really care. They say how much fuel comes out from when you start it to when it stops. That's a good way to measure how well your pump is working. But yeah, they say you want at least 10 pounds, I think, at idle. and I'm about that 11 or so. And under load, I think you should not drop below 7 or so. My other one's actually got a, not this one here, that's a little 12 valve, but the one that's a little half ton short bed 4x4 with a 12 valve. But there's another one back there that's got a little lift pump in it too, and it's got a pressure light as well, and that pressure light's been coming on, so I'm guessing that one needs a better lift pump as well. I'm hoping to put a fast system on here soon. But no, just wanted to do a quick video. Like I said, it was either 2 8 mils or 10 mils down there. It's a 17 mil for the lines on each side, and then that little nut down there that you can't actually see now, right there dead center, that little nut down there is actually a 10 mil. So yeah, quick little rundown, quick little unorganized video, but I just figured, you know what, maybe somebody's looking for just this, just a simple little video like this that kind of gives them an idea. And sorry again for the poor quality and unorganized, but I hope this video helps somebody. If you have any questions, ask, and as always, may God bless you.